the bird of the day. All right, yes, we're gonna take ourselves a little bit of a break from playing the Alex Vance, and we are going to do bird of the day. So, we got a bird of the day today. Today's bird of the day is some bird that I would say most of you are pretty familiar with. Although I would imagine you probably haven't seen one in the wild, depending on where you live. Very famous bird. If you were in my Discord earlier, you know what bird I'm talking about. What bird am I talking about? Oh, buddy, we're talking about the flamingo. Woo! What a wonderful bird the flamingo is. Lots of fun, interesting stuff to talk about here, so let's just get right on into it. So, the flamingo, like many kinds of birds, when we say flamingo, we are not talking about what kind of bird. Kind of like when we say swan, or when we say duck. Or even when we say crow, even crows, yeah. Because it turns out, there's a whole bunch of different flamingos. In fact, there are 6 different species of flamingo. Is flamingo the only bird that's pink? Not even close, Budgie. There's lots of pink birds out there. Can I name any right now? No. But yes, there's lots of pink birds. Lots of pink birds. So we're talking about 6 different species. The greater flamingo, the lesser flamingo, the Chilean flamingo, James's flamingo. Hey James, can I borrow your flamingo? Thanks, buddy. The Andean flamingo and the American flamingo. And turns out that they are the only bird in their order. So the entire order and family of the Phoenicopteriforms, every single bird in that order of birds is a flamingo. They got a whole order all to themselves, kind of like owls. Except there's way more than 6 species of owls. So, well, yeah, it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. Flamingos are going to range pretty much, pretty big size. So, oddly enough, the lesser and the greater flamingo are both the smaller and biggest of the, lesser flamingos, they're kind of, like the 31 to 36 inch range. And the greater flamingos are kind of in the 54 to 74 inch range. So 74 inches, that's the biggest one I've ever seen. Their average is, much closer to the 62 inch range. That one was the big boy. Yeah, he's a big boy. Not a whole lot of sexual dimorphism between the genders in this one. They typically males are slightly larger, but not by a whole lot. It's difficult to tell the gender of a flamingo just by looking at it. Can't quite tell. Both males and females get the bright pink plumage, but they typically don't get that bright plumage until they're about 4 or 5 years old. Until then, they're mostly white, so they get to be full grown at about 1 year in age. And they're actually one of the older lived species of birds. In the wild, they'll usually live 25 to 30 years, and it's pretty consistent across most of the species. The greater flamingo's got the longest lifespan. Their average is a little higher than the others. And the oldest flamingo ever known was in a zoo, and that boy lived to be 83 years old. Holy crap. 83 years in captivity. I mean, that's like parrot long. So yeah, flamingos still live a long time if they don't get hunted. You got this typical predators of a bird of their type. It's pretty neat. So if you see there, where are they? So the pink areas are the areas where they are found in the wild. The greater flamingo is going to be found pretty much everywhere in Africa where you see the pinkness, and they'll even go up to they're often seen on the southern coast of Spain, and you see a little bit into the Turkey there. Just kind of hanging around the Mediterranean. The lesser flamingo tends to hang around more the southern part of Africa. The Chilean flamingo is a South American one, and you're going to find them in, believe it or not, the Chilean flamingo likes to hang out in Chile. Wow. Never would have guessed that. The James flamingo, that's the one that you're going to see more in that northern region, up in kind of the Venezuela and Colombia region up there. And the Andean flamingo is going to be kind of also in the Chilean, in Peru, and, basically in the Andes, kind of near the Andes. And the American flamingo, they're going to be found in the Yucatan and in the Caribbean. And hey, look at that. You might even see a wild flamingo in Florida. Yay! So, now, one thing that the flamingo is very commonly known for is standing on one leg. Now, my bird FAQ episode that I did, I talked a little bit about this. So it turns out that they can get into perfect balance on one leg, and they can basically lock the ankle there in the middle, because that little bend in the middle, that's an ankle. That's not a knee. That's an ankle. They don't have backwards facing knees. Their knees are up there covered in feathers near the body. That's their ankle down there. So they can lock their ankle, and like the bones just kind of set right in place there. And then the other leg tucks in, and then they're just able to balance perfectly out there without spending any effort to maintain that balance. Small pink dot. Yeah, the Flamingo Casino. Yeah, I've been there. It's good times. Good times. Do a little gambling there. But yeah, so it turns out that the flamingos stand on one foot because their biology allows them to do so without spending any muscle effort whatsoever. So they can stand and they can sleep like that. They were even able to get a deceased flamingo to stand up on one leg by positioning it properly. So that's kind of interesting. So this is one that you probably heard is that the flamingos, their diet determines their feather color. So yeah, they can be anywhere from pretty much white to a very bright pink, and it's all going to depend on all the keratin that's in the diet that they eat. So if they eat a lot of red shrimp, some other red fleshed fish, and a lot of red berries and stuff, they're gonna absorb that into their feathers, and so the color of their feathers is determined by their diet. So I think that's pretty cool. But like I said, they don't get that until a few years into life. Well, the flamingo, very social bird, very social bird. They're very family oriented, very colony oriented. They like to hang out in big old groups. It's for safety. Take care of each other, help each other out. This big happy family of flamingos. And but when they're in that big happy family, they'll find a mate, and they're gonna mate for life with that one. So it's pretty neat. Interesting thing about flamingos, though, not a Mountain Dew colored food. Only if it's Mountain Dew Code Red. No other types allowed. Yeah. But anyways, they mate for life, and but they only have one chick a year, which is actually a pretty low clutch, pretty small clutch for birds. But a lot of little birds, they have lots of babies every year. Well, lots of those little babies die, so their life expectancy is a lot lower. So, and they basically do the have lots of babies to do the species things. Flamingos went we'll have a baby a year, but we're also gonna live a long time. It works because they're doing pretty good. They're again, habitat loss is the biggest threat to them than anything else. Oh, did I mention they live in big groups? And that group is called the flamboyants. A flamboyance of flamingos. I mean, they are a pretty flamboyant bird. But look at them. Bright pink feathers. Got that head that's like half of a heart. It's pretty cute. Yeah. But they're a very popular bird around the world. The Bahamas decided to make the American flamingo the national bird. So that's pretty cool. And of course, the most common lawn ornament that you're gonna see as a gag gift. Somebody turns 50 years old, someone's gonna stick 50 pink flamingos in their yard. The pink flamingo lawn ornament has become a staple of American culture. So that's pretty neat. And yes, as Bentai mentioned, the Flamingo is a casino in Las Vegas. So, flamingos are very popular in American and Western culture. They just, they're very charismatic looking bird. One that a lot of people are gonna like. So it's really no mystery why they're so popular and so seen around. It's like you're doing like one of those like African landscapes. You're gonna draw all the animals and stuff. You better believe someone's gonna throw a flamingo in there. I mean, why not? So I gotta say, the flamingo, pretty good. Good community bird. Not the smartest bird. Um, if you're wondering what their diet is, it is of course mostly fish and stuff. They are a water bird, but they do eat berries and stuff. They like to eat a berry and taste the berry. So yeah, my thoughts on the flamingo. Well, you know, from an aesthetic standpoint, I like them, and they're pretty good. Yeah, pretty good bird. Pretty good bird. You know, I don't think there's anything super special about them other than their appearance, and I like the community stuff. So I'd say solid, good bird. I have really no negatives to say about the flamingo. He's a good bird, interesting bird, and I like him, and I hope you like him, cause yeah, see them all around the world. Good, beautiful birds. That's pretty much all I gotta say about the flamingo. I'm pretty sure you already have an opinion on the flamingo, so it doesn't really matter what little Corvus thinks about them. But yeah, they're good. They're good. So, yeah, thanks for watching Bird of the Day. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you could do me a big favor and, like this video and hit that subscribe button for more Bird of the Day videos coming up. And, of course, I stream this Bird of the Day video on Twitch, twitch.tv/CorvusTwig with an underscore between Corvus and Twig. Yeah. So thanks for hanging out, and we're going to call this Bird of the Day done.